We have heard so many times students come into this room saying, I want to sound like Whitney Houston. I want to sound like Mariah Carey. Or I want to sound like Christina Aguilera. I just love the way they sound. But what does that actually mean? Do you know?
I think that what they mean, like if somebody were to say that they want to sound like Whitney Houston, then they want to have power. They want to have control. They want to, command the stage like she does with ease. That's what I think they're saying.
Well, that's even more descriptive than what a lot of students come in here saying, actually. They don't even know what makes the singer sound like that. They just know they want to sound like that. I think people think that sound is very elusive, and there's merit to that thought, right? You can't grab it, you can't touch it, you can't taste it. It's not tangible, right? And so when you hear beautiful, amazing singers, then you just say, oh, I want to sound like them, whatever that is, right? It's kind of like when you see a beautiful woman walking down the street, right? As a woman, you're like, oh, I really wish I had her body, But why does she have that body? It might be genetics. It might be the way she eats.
Implants.
It might be
butt shots. It's a thing.
Okay. It's the same thing, minus the implants and butt shots, for why you want to sound like the singer that you love. I'm so distracted right now.
You're doing it. Keep going.
So why? What is the reason for it? And how do we get really clear on why we like what we like, and then how to take those vocal elements and build them into your own voice? That's what we're here today to do.
So what we would like is for you guys to give us 3 vocal descriptors that you would like to have in your voice.
Now, we don't expect you to know what vocal descriptors even mean. So we're going to give you some broad brush examples of what some are that a lot of mainstream singers use that are more universal right now. And if you want to get more clear on your own unique sound and finding what that means, then click on the link below that says voice on, and that will help you. So some vocal descriptors of what a lot of people love to sound like would be, I would say, vocal growl, vocal fry, riffs and runs, belting, head voice, whistle. These are vocal descriptors that you can use in your voice within songs that make you sound a certain way. Okay, it's beyond just being on pitch and on time. So Nikki, pick a couple of those that you would like to demonstrate. So excited.
Did you say moaning?
I did not.
I think that's slept on, but it's needed.
Moaning is needed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right.
Like singing. No.
Sure. No.
Face.
My face is a stank face because it was good. Unexpected, but good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do it again.
It looked like it's something smelled. I feel away now. Like.
Yeah, it gives me the face. I can't help it.
Okay.
It's good though, in a good way. Yeah.
But it's slept on. It's moaning. It gives emotion. It's very intimate when you add that into the songs. And when you think about people who do that, actually you just gave a really good example of what happens when people do that. They have that. They're just sitting there like they got the face and the whole nine because they get that feeling, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that you would want to put in there. So I like moaning. Belting, I would say.
Wait. Before you move on, I would argue that that what you just did is a moan with a riff, though.
It is.
So really, that was twofer in one.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're on the topic, without the because that could be a moan too. Like basically, what she's saying is it's like a hum, like a soulful hum is a moan. But if we add an open mouth riff and run, that's a riff, and you could do that on the closed mouth hum, which does. I mean, that's gospel all over. That's R&B.
Yep.
Like there are genres where these certain specific vocal styles are best laid into, not necessarily exclusive of, but like it kind of lends itself to that genre as well.
Right. So one vocal descriptor would be belting. So another vocal descriptor would be whistle tone. Tara?
Oh, I love how you just go, Tara.
Yeah. Come on, get on the job.
Tara, whistle. Yeah, so whistle's actually very extreme, okay? And not a lot of people have the innate range for it. So just like, again, if you try this and it's not happening, probably best to try some lessons first to expand your range and know placement before you have this. But if you innately have whistle, this is what it should sound like. Oh my gosh. Yeah, whistle.
That.
Do it.
No, that's
No.
you said innate. That is not. You gotta know your strengths, Tara. Okay. So another vocal descriptor could be the slides. They're very, very. I mean, when it's well placed. Tara, why don't you give us an example of that?
Oh no, I think you got it. I just said whistle. What do you want from me?
What is this slide?
Yes. And slides actually can sometimes be accompanied by a vocal growl, which is also another vocal descriptor. So if I did a growl, it's this double tone almost in my throat, right? Clearing your throat is a great way to practice, but don't do too much because it's not that great for you, right?
Yeah.
But if I added that to a slide, it sounds very Christina Aguilera-ish, and you hear,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then stereotypically that is also followed by a riff or a run down,
Yeah.
right? So you're adding all these vocal descriptors in what you think just sounds great, but actually you've got literal vocal technique going on that you can duplicate if you know how to describe it. And that's why knowing these descriptors are so important for you and your voice.
Yeah, it's kind of like cooking. I don't know about, wow, you just threw that and I'll put it on. Thank you, Sarah.
Just flick my ring right at her.
So I like to think about it like cooking. So when you cook, you go to a restaurant, you're like, ooh, that's good. And you just eat it up because it's so good. And then if you were to tell me, I get so intimidated. I literally get nervous when I cook
Like
a
your
new
armpit
recipe.
sweat? Is this what
Yes,
it is?
it's armpit sweat. Okay. Because it's like, I don't know if it's gonna taste good. You don't want to waste the ingredients, all this stuff, whatever. So you're following it, but you have to make sure. Okay, you need salt. You need to boil it for this long. You need to do this. You need to do that. And when you do it all correctly, then it tastes just like, or better, than the restaurant. It's just like singing. You need to breathe. You need to open your mouth. You need to do the slide here. And then as soon as you get here, you let it fall with a run. When you put all those pieces together, you're not going to get the same exact thing as whoever you're imitating. You're going to get something that is a little bit better because it's going to be unique to you and your sound.
Yes, and that's actually a very good point. Like, you may love what you're eating, but you may not know how to make it until you have the recipe of the specific ingredients.
Right.
That's actually a genius analogy. And I love analogies, so I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you. I try to earn my keep.
Sometimes she does. Also, something else that she said is very important to note. You will not sound exactly like them. Why? One word, tone. Tone is something that is God-given. It's the way I speak. If you close your eyes, you would know, oh, this is Tara speaking versus Nikki speaking. Why?
Oh, this is Tara speaking? That's me trying to talk like her. But
Often imitated, never duplicated. Yeah.
My voice is lower. It has a deeper resonance than
Heft,
Tara does.
Beef.
So
Fear.
So I have to really like bring it up to try and sound just like Tara does, but it still doesn't sound like Tara. I'm trying to.
I sound just like Tara does. That's how I sound. Is that how I sound?
Is that how I sound? You have a higher pitched voice, Tara. You just said it's God given, so you can't poo poo on it.
Wow. Me and Jesus are gonna have a talk. Listen, you're not gonna sound like Whitney by doing all the things that Whitney does because Whitney's given that specific tone. It's born, it's innate and in her. Now you can be like Nikki and try to imitate someone's voice, but you see how ridiculous she sounds trying to be like me?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's not her. And I would sound so ridiculous trying to talk like Nikki. Because that's just not how she sounds at all, but that's the best I've got, right? So
it sounds kind of sultry, but
because that's how you sound.
But it also, do you see how artificial both of us sound? Like we don't sound like we're being authentic because it's not our natural tone. And the same thing applies to singing.
Right. So you gotta love your tone. Tone can be imitated, but it cannot be replaced. Okay. You're not gonna build tone. You can build these vocal descriptors though. And again, if you need some more help with this, click the voice on link below in the description box. That's gonna give you way more in-depth details on how to move forward with executing this in your voice. We love you guys. We are proud of you, and we will, as always, see you on the next one. Bye.